Welcome back to the MIT TV. And last but not least is the last element in the bond is our instructional technology. And we obviously have been the leader in instructional technology. So that's wonderful to hear.
We were a leader in the county back in 2012, 2013 when we passed a tech bond and went to one-to-one. So our students have had their own device, either now an iPad for our youngest learners or a Chromebook. And we refresh those student devices through the sinking fund. But there's a lot of other instructional technology that we have to keep up on. So the 2021 bond would support that. I think one of the lead things in that is classroom audio and visual systems. We talk about the front of the classroom or the presentation center of the classroom. So our classroom presentation systems, there's interactive display monitors now that are the trend that are replacing old ceiling projectors, and that whole bulb thing has gone away to laser projectors and things like that. So we'd get a group of stakeholders together if we get support for the bond and make the best decisions. Group, to get the support of the bond, we'd pull some teachers together and that our tech department staff, and we'd be looking at piloting some things and making the best decision based on the age of the learners and that. We need to update our network. You know what I'm saying? We've got to provide additional layers of security. Cybersecurity is a huge thing. Ransomware and things like that is getting and attacking school districts. So we want to have a secondary network. Our switches, our servers, our fiber, all of those things need to be updated. They have a shelf life. And so we have an intentional long-range plan for technology, equipment, supplies, our network, and the support of the bond would allow us to continue to work because we've spent out the dollars from the tech bond, and now we need to look for the resources to continue to be state-of-the-art in that area. We also have, we use the sinking fund for student devices, but we have a lot of desktop computers. Yeah. Our workstations, our teacher stations, we have specialty classrooms for video broadcasting, cybersecurity, some Project Lead the Way classes at the middle school, so we would be updating the desktop computers in those classrooms as well. So robotics, STEM, technology, these elements kind of fit together. Kind of a techie flair for this segment. And we're excited, we're hopeful for the support in the 2021 bond so we can continue to invest in the things that touch our kids every day.
Right, yeah, that's our future. Yes. And that's our future is keeping up with technology. And it's tough to do. Mm-hmm. And this addition, even to our early learners, you're looking at kids at 2 years old and they've got a device in their hand already. Mm-hmm. So, well done.
Yes, thank you.
Before we leave today and leave this segment, is there anything else you wanted to make sure the voters know?
Yeah, I think what's important is we're talking about all this information, but it's also about voting, preparing to vote. And so we know November 2nd, but we also know there's a long period of time of absentee voting. So ballots could hit mailboxes as soon as the end of September. From some of our municipalities. So I think it's key that if you're not registered to vote, to get in touch with your clerk's office in your municipality. Get on their website, get on the state election website. We'll put some links to those things on our webpage. Get yourself registered, and then are you going to apply for an absentee ballot from your clerk's office, or are you going to plan to vote on November 2nd in person? What hours, the location, and all of that. So planning to vote, and whether that's absentee or in person, I think is also important.
Right. And all of that information will be on your website.
Yes.
Which you'll see at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So combined, we'll have all the information that people need to get involved.
You bet.
So thank you. And thank you for joining us at the MIT TV as we go through the important issues of the November 2nd election. Get out and vote. Thank you for joining us on the MIT TV.